Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Today, I'm going to be covering the Tier 8 Tech Tree Destroyer for the Burrows line, the USS Osborne. And this is what it is right here. For the ship build I'll be running for this video, this is the ship build. So make sure to pause the video and take a look at it if you really need. Now, the range is 12.5 on this one, which is not too bad. I did try the AFT build previously or prior to this. And I actually do prefer this one because it feels like I can get up close compared to the AFT build. I did have a win with the AFT build, to be fair, and we did play up close. But realistically, the whole game with the AFT build, I was actually playing in range anyway, and Fearless Brawler would have been really beneficial. Before we get into the actual gameplay, guys, I would appreciate if you do sub to the channel if you have not subbed already. Of course, I know most of you are subscribed, and I'm sorry if I have to say this every time, guys. It's kind of like a YouTuber thing, you could say, but I'm trying to grow the channel, so it does help me out a lot when I say this stuff, because people actually get reminded to subscribe and stuff. So I appreciate it a lot because a lot of you guys have actually subscribed. And of course, if you do enjoy the content, do leave a like to the channel as well, guys. Sorry, the video, because I would greatly appreciate it. But anyway, here you see the standard consumable with this line. It's the smoke screen. We talked about this in the Burrows video, in the Laffy video, actually, funnily enough, because it has a similar smoke mechanic. And of course, yesterday I posted the Christopher video. So this is the third ship I'm covering in this line. Now, I know I covered one game in the Burrows, 2 games in the Christopher. Today in the Osborne, I'm going to be covering 1 game, even though I potentially had 2 games to show you. I only wanted to show this game because it's a bit of a time constraint today. I don't have too much time to record the videos, so better I just record 1 video and try to explain the ship as best as possible, even though it might not be some super game or not. As you see, we have that sap, which is a mainline trait. It reloads pretty decently fast. We still retain that 10% speed boost buff. We also have the smoke screen. This ship overall is pretty decent actually for tier 8. The tier 8, 9, and 10 are all pretty good so far. I've tried all of them at this point. The only one I haven't played yet is the USS Hughes, the tier 7, and I will be playing it. Hopefully, I will get a video out by tomorrow for the USS Hughes, or at least tomorrow when you're watching this video. So stick around for that one. Maybe, you know, wait for the upload. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. You can do anything. But anyway, we get this USS Kid, and you're going to see how much damage I'm going to be doing to him. Look, 3.3k. Solid salvo. We did 5k in 2 salvos. We're going to slow our ship right down. Now, this is a tier 8 ship, guys. Remember? So we are the same tier as the USS Kid here. And let's take a look. See, he comes out broadside. We've got that sap with the 3-second reload. And look how fast his HP bar goes down. Look at that. We got a 3k salvo. And another 3k salvo. And another... well, 3k salvo. Pretty big damage on these destroyers we do, guys, with the Osborne. And even though it only has 4 guns, it seems pretty cool. And now, the ship looks like, at least the hull, to me, reminds me of a Fletcher hull. And the guns seem like Fletcher guns, but I think they're a bit different. These are higher caliber guns, of course. They are 137s instead of 127s. The superstructure is something new. I don't think we've seen that before. So this is overall a new hull design as well, like the tier 9 and 10. So I believe this is a completely new hull design, which is really nice to see as well. We'll talk about camouflages and hull design and stuff after the game is done. I'll show you ship characteristics and everything in great detail. And of course, I'll show the commander build as well. But anyway, so we start moving up here. By the way, there's a viewer in chat who is actually from... Malta as well, which is very rare to see, and apparently he watches my videos. So maybe hopefully he'll watch this one because he'll be featured, and maybe if he does, he should leave a comment so we know who he, well, not who he is, but so we know that he saw the video, right? But anyway, we're gonna push up a bit more aggressively here, potentially try to spot the shield for my teammates. This is a bit of a boring start to the match. I believe the points may be inverted, but I'm not sure. Oh, by the way, he is typing in Maltese, the language, because I don't know if you guys know, but Malta does have its own language, even though it doesn't have a lot of people. It does have its own language, and that language is Maltese, actually. And he's typing in that language. So That's a fun little fact. Quite rare. You never see me speak Maltese, of course, or else well, you wouldn't understand what the video means or anything. So, but let me know if you guys already knew about that or not. Some of you probably did, especially since maybe some of you maybe Googled what my username actually means. Um, so yeah. Anyway, the shill. We're trying to spot him, shoot him a bit. This is the Maltese person, so we are grieving him a bit by accident, realistically. But we have to try spot him, shoot him a bit. I don't want to actually keep shooting in front of him because I believe shill has pretty decent gun accuracy. So I decided to move towards B since that's where the main fight is, and I don't really want to chase down the shill because I don't believe it will be beneficial for me. We can potentially even intercept him close to the B cap in general. So we're gonna try to get close to the B, maybe cap with our team, but our team is already capping, which is pretty nice. But unfortunately, we are losing quite a lot of ships. And the points are inverted, guys, I can confirm, because now we're winning, realistically, in the score up there. But actually, this wasn't centered. I don't know if I can fix that. Can I fix that? Hold on. Oh. Much better for the viewers OCDs, I'm gonna assume, because I didn't even notice that, and sometimes my OCD turns on, sometimes it's not, and in this case it turned on and I was like, whoa, what's that? But anyway, we're pushing up a bit more aggressive. We're gonna try to spot this shill again, I guess. Not really, we kind of spot him by accident. We're just trying to get a bit close so we can build a front line here from the A to the B, so we defend the B cap. Now you could say, why aren't you chasing that shill? Like I said, guys, he's pre-kited. It's not really worth chasing him. He can potentially just push up later and we can just farm him. It's better to, like I said, set up on the B cap and potentially even defend the B cap with our team. And the shill does get spotted right next to us. Now, I do have the reaction time of, well, I don't actually know what to say. A slot. Okay, I was going to say, I don't know what to say. Something with a slow reaction time. But let's just say, let's go with a slot here. We get the shill spotted by accident, and now we're gonna shoot him. Now he does have pretty decent superstructure, so you see me land these pretty good salvos of 3.4k. Something to note is this ship only has 4 guns, but the damage output when you land those sap pens is huge, right? You get these big salvos every 3 seconds. It does seem pretty good for tier 8. At least the damage output, it does seem pretty decent. The shells are not that hard to hit. I must say, though, single turret destroyers, my dispersion is always a bit random with those when compared to dual barrel destroyers, funnily enough. So I do prefer the tier 9 and 10 in terms of consistency per hits. We also have 2 extra guns at tier 9 and 10. So that's also something to note. But the tier 8 is a pretty good one as well. So this line should be fairly easy to grind through if you do enjoy the gunboat line type ships. Again, you see me going south here. Why am I not chasing that shill? Reason here is I'm by the way, the reason I'm explaining isn't because I don't think you guys know. It's more like maybe you actually don't know and you're trying to improve and you're trying to understand why I'm moving in certain positions. In this case, I'm trying to go where their main force is because we need to stall them as long as possible. Reason being is we can't really afford letting them push up too aggressively, because when they do, they're going to create crossfires. They're going to eliminate my team very fast. And unfortunately, this game, it's not going to really matter that much because, well, they have a lot of ships left over ours, as you can see from the top. And they're going to start crunching us pretty hard. I do smoke up here just to try to farm this Bismarck whilst minimizing damage intake. We do get some pretty decent sap damage. And this is, I would say this is a clear-cut case of where the shield does die, which is pretty nice for our team. This is a clear-cut case in where, unfortunately, the lack of AFT does cost us a lot of damage output. Even though Fearless Brawler is very useful when it comes to fighting these lower tier, or not lower tier, but these destroyers, it helps us in those closer range engagements, or when people are actually actively pushing into you all the time. When people are going to be kiting like this Bismarck, you are going to be having a hard time. And you could say, well, why not chase him in this case? Well, there is a submarine there, so if we play too aggressive, we'll probably die. The Bismarck on my team is about to die, so when he dies, they will switch their focus to me. And, well, there is also a big force over here. There is the Cataluna, the Gascon, and the Brandenburg. over there, and the U-190. And the Bismarck is still alive, so we have to also consider all the things that are able to shoot us. Now, we did get pinged by the sub, unfortunately, but it's okay. More importantly, we got smashed hard by, I believe it was the Bismarck, but I wasn't paying attention to how many shells actually hit us, so it could have been the Brandenburg as well. But I think it was the Bismarck, so pretty good shot on the Bismarck there. You do see we have 21,000 HP on the ship, which is actually not too bad. It's relatively the same HP as the USS Kidd. Now, USS Kidd does have a heal, and I think USS Kidd overall does have a bit more HP than... Well, actually, no. GJ Mercury also has 26,400. So, but the HP still is pretty decent, I guess, for tier 8. This ship overall, even though I'm going to present you here with a lost match, guys, is pretty good. It can perform pretty well. And, you know, I'm a big fan of this line. I think, for me, I enjoy gunboat destroyers, as you know, in the past, where I used to cover more content. I'm trying to cover as much content as possible right now, and you do see me uploading pretty much regularly. I think I uploaded 5 days, or if not more, in a row at this point. You know, and I hope you're enjoying the content. But as you know, I was a long time ago, guys, when we were winning tournaments with 07. Very long time ago. This is a prehistoric era at this point, because why are you even bringing it up, Mr. Streamer? Because back then I used to play, well, cruisers, and for I believe it was Verizon, I played for Gunboat Destroyer with Le Terrible. That was the first actually tournament for money. That was a long time ago. I'm not sure if any of you even remember that Verizon tournament. The tier 8 one, the original Verizon tournament, the first tournament for money. Actually, I was part of the winning team with 07, and I did play a main role there with the French Destroyer, and the replays are still up, so feel free to go watch them. And if you did watch them live, maybe, I think 4 years ago. 4 years ago, by the way. If you did watch them, let me know. Let me know. And maybe you were a big fan of 07 back then. If not, maybe a big hater. Who knows? I'm not sure. But there was a lot of haters as well as big fans at the time. It's kind of random. But anyway, that's long past our time, right? Unfortunately. And you know, that was a time when, you know, I used to have a lot of fun playing the game. I did have a relatively small channel overall compared to now, but, you know, it was a lot of fun playing back then competitively. But anyway, sorry, I lost my train of thought completely. The reason I'm saying this is, as you know me as a kind of like a gunboat style player. I do like gunboats. Now, I'm not the best at them or anything, but I do enjoy my gunboats, you know. And in this case, this is a line I can enjoy. It's pretty good, and I'm having fun playing it. And I'm sure those of you guys who love playing gunboats are gonna enjoy this line regardless. Now, the Hughes at tier 7, I'm not sure so yet, because I believe it has worse arcs. So it's gonna remind me of the USS Sims, but I really can't wait to try it out. Potentially after I record this video and see how it goes. And hopefully it's pretty fun. But you see me here now, you could say, Malta, why are you extending the game so long? The reason is, guys, maybe you watched my Christopher video yesterday, is, listen, we're gonna lose the game anyway, right? So why not squeeze some extra damage out of the game for fun, right? It also gives me a better game to showcase you guys. Instead of 110k damage, we could get 120k damage. And you guys, instead of calling me bad, you can call me not as bad as we expected. Now, I got smashed right there. Unfortunately, I cannot go dark, because if I do, I'm not going to be able to spot this unhalt. And we need to spot the unhalt to be able to kill him. Now, unfortunately, it took me so long to do a bit of damage to him. But it looks like we're increasing our damage output now. He did DCP, but we're still on the sap. I'm trying to hit him a bit. And we end up killing him right there. Now, we did get pinged again, but that's okay. Wow. Actually, now I'm nostalgic, guys. I was talking about the 07 days. The 07 days. But, you know, it is a bit nostalgic. I'm telling you, those probably were the best times of my WoW's life. In terms of WoW's only, of course. Of course. But, You know, there was a lot of experiences, like for fun, clan battles and everything with the guys. I did used to play on a North American team, funnily enough. So I used to play late nights. Maybe this is a story for another time. But anyway, if you're interested in hearing some fun stories, maybe we can discuss it in a future video. But anyway, so we're going to try to get some damage here on this Brandenburg, potentially, and the Bismarck. But I think the game is going to end there at 950 points. The points are inverted, guys, by the way, if you're confused. I'm not shooting for some reason. My brain is offline. Main reason, I think, was I'm scared of the submarine spotting me through the smoke, but whatever. I mean, I should be shooting. I should be running out in the open and dying on purpose, but it's okay. We also have 2.1 million potential damage in a tier 8 destroyer, which is pretty decent, without a heal, by the way, so that's also pretty decent. But that's pretty much the match. For personal score, we ended up doing 129,966 damage, 346 shell hits, 20 plane kills, 2 kills, 1 fire, and a cap with 6 spotted ribbons. We got Confederate for our achievement. Team score, we got 1.4k base XP, which is top of our team. Unfortunately, we did end up losing the game. But detailed report, we got, as you can see, mostly sap damage. As you saw in the Burrows and the Christopher video, it's mostly always sap damage. We did get 18k HE damage. No torp damage, unfortunately, but we got 26k on that Unhalt, 19k on that USS Kid, 32k on the Brandenburg, 19k on the Bismarck, 18k on the other Bismarck, 13k on the Shill, and 20 planes shot down on the Kaga. The damage received was 17,000, and 4 credits and XP. This is the screen. For my commander build for the Osborne, guys, we've got Preventative Maintenance, Last Stand, Survivability Expert, Concealment Expert, Fearless Brawler, Adrenaline Rush, Main Battalion A Specialist, and Grease the Gears. For equipment, we've got Concealment System Mod 1, Prop Mod 1, Aiming System Mod 1, Engine Boost Mod 1, and Main Armaments Mod 1. For the armor layout, nothing too special again, just the standard 19s here for the Destroyer hull. For ship characteristics, we've got 21,650 HP. For main guns, we've got 4 137mm guns, 3-second reload with 12.5 kilometer gun range. The same SAP and HE that we find on the tier 9 and 10, I believe. Torpedoes, we've got 9 km torps this time, 75-second reload, quite fast reload, but we've only got 4 of them. They do 15.5k damage. Maneuverability, the ship goes 36.8 knots, 630-meter turning circle radius with 4.1 second rudder shift time, and for concealment, a pretty decent 6.2 kilometer detection. So quite impressive overall. For the exterior camouflage available on the Osborne, I do love my camouflages, guys, and this one does not disappoint, I guess. It's a simple but nice camouflage, very similar to the tier 9 and 10, but again quite different. A two-tone with some patterns, light blue and gray, it looks like. A very nice camouflage. I do like these styles of camos. Very much better than the single color camos we were presented with before. So very always impressive when they do stuff like this. We've got some darker colors as well on the alternate. Where you find the Osborne, if we click the tech tree here, it does sit at tier 9 in the USA, as you can see if we click USA again. Tier 8 in the Burrows line. Very easy to find, guys. The Osborne right here. The next video, guys, I'm gonna be trying to cover the Hughes. I have not played it yet, so keep well, hopefully I'll play it today. If I don't, hopefully we'll try cover it very soon. I hope you guys watch it though, if you guys of course want to watch tier 7. But that is pretty much it for the Osborne, guys. Oh, hold on, let me find it. That is pretty much it for the Osborne, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do please leave a sub to the channel, maybe a like to the video, a comment, and maybe even share the video to your friends, because it does help out the channel quite a lot, which would help me do this more consistently if you are, of course, enjoying the content. But that's pretty much it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Big fan!